I'm Barbara Marx Hubbard, and I've been watching Conscious Content and Our New Earth.
Hello, I'm Melissa from Conscious Content and Our New Earth, and I'm here at a call for a conscious evolution with Barbara Marx Hubbard. If you could describe more about your work, what you're doing, and how that's contributing to our conscious evolution.
Well, I have been a mother of conscious evolution. I have been working, I would say, for the last 50 years since the United States dropped the bombs on Japan. And I woke up in 1945, I was 15, and I realized that we had gained the power to destroy our world. So my question was, way back then, if we can destroy the world with that power, is there a positive meaning for our power? Are there new images of the future equal to science, technology, industry, human love, human creativity combined that could make a positive future? And I thought somebody would know. What are images of the future equal to all this potential? And the amazing fact was nobody knew. The church didn't know, the universities didn't know. I met with President Eisenhower at that time.
Oh, wow.
And I asked him, Mr. President, what do you think is the meaning of all this power that's good? And he said, I have no idea. So I went on a quest. It was amazing. I was 22 years old. And the quest was to find out where the human race wanted to go that was good. And in that discovery, I discovered the evolutionary story. You know, for billions of years, nature has been evolving to higher consciousness, greater freedom, more synergistic order. So I began to see, well, if that was true for billions of years, it must be true for us. And so I began to become a conscious evolutionary, basically working to heal the earth, to free us, to support ourselves as part of one planetary body, but also to evolve ourselves into higher consciousness, into a universal life.
Nice. And how have you evolved yourself in a personal way towards that conscious evolution?
Well, that's a very good question. I began to see that this impulse of creativity, this higher self, that I was writing in my journal and following this deeper guidance, gradually I began to see that higher self was actually me.
Oh, yes, yes.
So my local self, which was my personality, my distresses, my upsets, my compulsiveness, began to say, oh, I'd like for that higher self to come in and be me all the time. And I actually invited my higher self.
That's a really good exercise, yeah.
And what happens is you can feel your higher self has a more higher vibration, and when it enters your heart, you feel warmth, you feel whole, you feel good, you feel natural, and it actually is your essential self taking dominion within you. And that has been the practice that I have found most helpful.
And what kind of advice or suggestion would you give for people to integrate that within themselves and to create our collaborative conscious evolution?
Yes. Well, I think the way everyone should do is to see what is that impulse in you to be more, to grow more. And if you feel depressed, to say, oh, something more wants to be expressed. If you have a crisis, say, oh, what's wanting to be born out of that crisis? And you'll always find there's an answer if you look for it. And then if you say yes to it, the next thing is to reach out to what attracts you. Reach out to people, to groups, to like the evolutionary leaders. The evolutionary leaders have come together to say everyone who has that in their heart to be more, to do more, to give more is an evolutionary leader, potentially. And how do you get to be that? The way I did. I mean, I was a housewife in Lakeville with 5 children, and I got depressed.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do next. And I read some books, and I started to reach out to their authors, and I began to create.
Can you speak more about this event and any comments that you have about the event that we're at tonight?
The event we have tonight is totally amazing for me because I've been a lonely pioneer for a long while. And suddenly there are 50 evolutionary leaders, all of whom have given their life, whether it be into the evolution of health or business or environment or media, and we're all together as friends and colleagues. And we're working together toward a university for conscious evolution, that people all over the world would be able not only to learn, but also to give what they know.
So this is what Jack Canfield was talking about. Is everybody who's here on that co-creative board for this university?
Yes, everybody who's an evolutionary leader is invited to participate.
Okay.
But and as we get started with it, there will be people all over the world who will not only be receiving this, but be giving their input and their creativity. And I think we're in for a mass uprising of creativity.
Yes, I say yes to that.